Okay, let's just dive right in. It is Thursday, February 5th, 2026. And if you are anywhere near New York City right now, honestly, if you've even just glanced at your phone this morning, you can feel it.
Oh, absolutely. There's a buzz.
There's a different kind of energy. It's vibrant, it's a little chaotic, and it is definitely loud.
It is. And it's not, it's not just the standard New York hustle, which is always there, right? This feels different. It feels like the entire global music industry just sort of tilted on its axis and pointed everything directly at Midtown Manhattan.
That's the perfect way to put it. The center of gravity has shifted.
Yeah.
And we are looking at a year where the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden, or, just the Garden if you're a local, is reasserting its dominance in the way I don't think we've seen in, maybe decades?
It really feels that way. And what we're looking at today, it isn't just a reading of a concert calendar. It's a look at a fundamental shift.
A huge shift in how the biggest names on the planet are choosing to operate.
Exactly. I mean, if we had to put a theme on 2026, it would be the mega event.
Yeah.
We're moving past the era where an artist just, stops by for a night.
Plays the hits, says goodnight New York, and then they're on a bus to Philly.
That's over. For this level of artist, at least, they aren't just stopping by anymore. They are, and this is the key phrase, they are moving in. They're treating the venue like a second home.
They are planting flags, and the lineup, the lineup we're about to break down is genuinely staggering. Just listen to this hook for a second.
It's wild.
We have a modern pop icon who is practically taking up a long-term lease through Halloween. We have a rock legend making this incredibly emotional comeback after a surgery that could have very well ended his career.
A huge question mark over his future.
A huge one. Then you have the self-proclaimed mistress of mayhem returning to her most chaotic artistic roots. And to top it all off, a Punjabi superstar making legitimate groundbreaking history.
It's a convergence. You've got four completely different musical worlds, right? Pop, this avant-garde spectacle, classic rock, and global bhangra. And they're all landing at the exact same address, 4 Penn Plaza.
So our mission for you today is pretty simple. We are going to take you, our listener, our learner, through the ticket battles.
Oh, the best.
The incredible spectacles and the deep background stories behind what are, without a doubt, the 4 biggest ticket items of 2026. We are talking Harry Styles, Lady Gaga, Bon Jovi, and Diljit Dosanjh.
And we should say, our goal here is to keep it fun. We want to focus on the excitement, but also give you the context, the why. Why are these shows going to sell out in seconds? We want to prepare you for the cues.
Absolutely. So maybe grab your credit card or maybe just grab a coffee and dream with us for a bit. Let's dive in.
Let's do it.
Before we can even get to the artists, I think we have to set the stage. We have to talk about the building itself. Because in 2026, the context of where you play, it feels like it matters just as much as what you play.
It matters immensely.
So why is everyone suddenly so obsessed with Madison Square Garden again?
Well, to really get it, you have to look at the competition. The Garden isn't operating in a vacuum anymore. It's not the only game in town, and it's certainly not the only big deal venue in the world.
Right. You've got this Sphere out in Las Vegas, which is just, it's a whole other conversation. It's completely changed what a visual spectacle can even be.
It's a technological marvel. And then you have the O2 in London, which is this massive hub for the entire European market. But you don't even have to look that far.
No, just a subway right away.
Right here in New York, you've got fierce competition from Barclays Center in Brooklyn.
Which has that cool sort of genre-agnostic Brooklyn cachet. It's hip. It's a bit younger, maybe.
Totally. And then you've got the UBS Arena out at Belmont Park. It's brand new. It was literally built for pristine sound. It's an audiophile's dream.
So with all of those options, there's still something about MSG, isn't there? There's still a magic to it.
There is. Despite the insane tech at the Sphere, or the undeniable cool factor of Brooklyn, MSG holds on to the prestige. That's the word that keeps coming up. It's the ultimate measuring stick for success.
It's the benchmark.
It is. The sources we looked at describe it perfectly. For so many artists, playing the Garden isn't just another tour stop on a spreadsheet.
No, it's a career moment. It's validation.
It's total validation. If you can sell out the Garden, you have officially arrived. You are standing literally in the footprints of Muhammad Ali, of Frank Sinatra, of Led Zeppelin.
The history is in the walls, right?
Yeah.
You're on the same stage as Elton John, as Prince, as Madonna. You have to feel that weight when you walk out there.
You absolutely do. But you mentioned something a minute ago that I think is the key trend here, this idea of moving in.
The residency.
The residency. And let's unpack that because, like you said, when I hear residency, my brain immediately goes to Las Vegas. Celine Dion, Britney Spears.
Exactly. It's a Vegas thing.
Yeah.
But now it's a New York thing.
It is the key trend for 2026 in New York. We are seeing this major shift away from the traditional traveling circus tour model.
Which sounds exhausting, by the way.
It's brutal. Setting up a massive stage, playing a 2-hour show, tearing it all down at 2 in the morning, and then driving to the next city to do it all again.
Yeah.
Artists are moving away from that. Instead, they're playing multiple nights, sometimes for weeks or even months, in one single venue.
So why now? I mean, is it just that they're tired of life on a tour bus? Is it a quality of life thing?
That's definitely part of it. It's easier on the body, for sure, especially for the road crews who do all the heavy lifting. But the economics of it are fascinating. It creates something called demand compression.
Demand compression. Okay, that sounds intense.
Yeah.
What does that mean for me, the average fan who's just trying to buy a ticket?
It means that instead of the artist traveling across the country to find the fans are now forced to travel to the artist.
So it flips the entire model on its head.
Completely. If Harry Styles announces that his only U.S. dates for the entire year are at MSG, well, everyone from Boston to Washington, D.C., and honestly, fans from the U.K., from Germany, from Brazil, they all have to come to New York. It turns the concert from a local event into a global destination event.
Which, for New York City, must be a massive economic boom.
It's huge. We're talking about a flood of high-value international tourists, and they aren't just buying a concert ticket, are they? They're booking hotels for multiple nights, they're eating at restaurants, they're shopping. It creates this whole economic ecosystem around the show.
And for the artist, it lets them do things with a venue that you just couldn't do for a one-night stand.
That's the creative payoff. They can build these immersive venue transformations that can really make the space their own.
Which is the most perfect segue imaginable to our first artist. Because nobody, and I mean nobody, is transforming the venue quite like he is. Let's talk about Harry Styles.
The Together World Tour.
This announcement, I mean, the headlines didn't just drop, they exploded. Harry Styles isn't playing a few nights. He isn't playing a week.
No.
He is doing 30 consecutive shows at Madison Square Garden.
It's almost hard to comprehend. 30 shows.
That's not a residency. That's moving in. He's going to have his mail forwarded to Penn Station at this point. It's an unbelievable commitment.
It's an incredibly ambitious run. The dates are all locked in, August 26th, all the way through October 31st, 2026.
And the schedule's like a Broadway show. He's playing every Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday.
Right, so it gives him days off to rest his voice, but for all intents and purposes, he is a New Yorker for 3 months straight.
And he's bringing a fantastic opener with him, Jamie Akshi, for all 30 dates. That's a vibe in itself.
What's a perfect pairing?
But here's where it gets really interesting, and it ties back to what you just said about demand compression. This is the ultimate example, because these 30 shows, they are his only U.S. dates for the entire year.
That's the kicker. That one little detail is what drives the absolute panic and frenzy. If you are in the United States and you want to see Harry Styles in 2026, you are coming to New York City.
No L.A. stop, no Chicago, no Texas.
Nothing. It is Madison Square Garden or nothing at all. That level of exclusivity is what sends the demand into the stratosphere.
And this is all in support of his 4th studio album, right? Which has, frankly, the best album title I've heard in years. Kiss all the time, disco occasionally.
It's so perfectly Harry. It tells you everything you need to know about the vibe.
It does.
Yeah. And
it drops on March 6th, so fans will have had the entire spring and summer to learn every single word to every song before the residency even starts in August.
And we've already heard the new single Aperture, which premiered recently, so the hype is already building.
It's a banger. But let's talk about the experience, because if you're going to do 30 nights in one building, you can't just have a bare stage and some lights. The sources are saying that MSG is literally going to transform into Harry's house.
And they mean literally. This is a full, immersive takeover of the arena. He dipped his toes into this back in 2022 when he did that 15-night run.
Which at the time felt massive, and now it's just the appetizer.
It was, but for 2026, they are going all out. We're talking interactive photo activations all around the venue. The concourses are going to be rethemed. It's going to be heaven for anyone with an Instagram account.
And I read about the postcards. This, to me, is my favorite detail. It's such a smart little touch.
It's genius. So at each show, they'll distribute these custom-designed postcards. But here's the brilliant part.
They're collectible.
They're collectible. The design is going to change throughout the run. So the postcard you get on opening night in August is going to be different from the one you get in mid-September, which is different from the one in late October.
It encourages the superfans, the ones who are already seeing multiple shows, to come back for even more to complete the set. It's diabolical.
It's pure fan culture genius. It gamifies the concert experience. Gotta catch them all.
It really is. What else are they doing?
There's more. Exclusive specialty food and beverage options throughout the arena so you can get a themed cocktail or snack. And a dedicated together merchandise pop-up shop inside the garden.
So it's not just a concert hall anymore. It becomes a clubhouse. It's a safe space for the fans where they can hang out, trade the friendship bracelets, and just exist in that world for a few hours.
That's exactly the goal, to create a community hub.
And you have to look at the history here, too.
Yeah.
This is a legacy play for him. As you said, he did the 15 nights in 2022 for the Love on Tour.
Yeah.
By the time he finishes this run on Halloween 2026, he will have headlined 52 solo shows at Madison Square Garden.
52. That puts him in such rare air. I mean, at that point, you're chasing the Billy Joel record. He is cementing his status as a Garden franchise, like a sports team.
He basically is. And the finale, we have to talk about the grand finale of this whole thing. October 31st. Harryween at the Garden. To close out a 30-night residency, can you even begin to imagine the chaos, the costumes, the sheer energy in that room?
It is going to be absolute pandemonium. It's the hottest ticket of the entire run, and that's saying something. People plan their costumes for Harryween months and months in advance. It's basically a religious holiday for the fandom.
And getting tickets for any of these shows, let alone that one,
yeah,
it's going to be a war. I saw they're doing this 3-wave staggered ticket sale.
Yeah, in late January or early February.
To try and manage the bots and the overwhelming demand, but let's be real, it is going to be incredibly tough.
It will be. But, for better or for worse, that struggle to get the ticket is now part of the fan experience. It just builds the anticipation for the event itself.
So Harry Styles has the late summer and fall completely locked down. He owns the back half of the year at the Garden. But let's rewind the clock a bit. Let's go back to the spring.
Okay.
Because while Harry is bringing all the good vibes and the disco, Lady Gaga is bringing the chaos.
The spring of chaos, and this is such a fascinating pivot for her.
We're talking about the MAYHEM Ball.
Yeah.
Just the name alone gives you goosebumps. It feels aggressive. It feels dangerous.
It sets a tone immediately, doesn't it? It signals that, we are done with the polite jazz standards and the dinner parties.
Yeah, this is not the Tony Bennett era. The dates are much tighter than Harry's run. It's March 19th, March 20th, and then one more on April 13th. But the intensity of these 3 shows feels higher.
Oh, much higher. And to really understand why this is such a big deal, you have to look at where Gaga has been for the past few years.
Right.
She's been leaning so heavily into that jazz and standards world. The residencies in Vegas, the beautiful, incredible work she did with Tony Bennett. It was all about elegance, refinement. It was her proving to the world that she could just stand there and sing the phone book.
And she can. But the MAYHEM Ball feels like a hard right turn directly back to her roots.
It's the return of the mistress of mayhem.
Exactly. This is a full-throated return to the high-concept, avant-garde pop spectacle that made her a superstar in the first place.
Right.
It's gritty. It's the Gaga who wore the meat dress, but, evolved for 2026.
And the album it's supporting, Mayhem, the way the sources describe it is so interesting.
Tell me about that.
It was recorded over a 2-year period from 2022 to 2024. And one description that just jumped out at me was that the album is leaping around genre in a way that's almost corrupt.
Almost corrupt.
Yeah.
Wow, I love that phrasing. It sounds dangerous, like it's intentionally breaking the rules of what a pop album is supposed to sound like.
It seems to be the point. The whole concept is the art of personal chaos, and the thematic inspiration behind it all is fascinating. It's heavily influenced by Alice in Wonderland.
But I'm guessing not the Disney animated version.
Definitely not. This is a much darker, more psychological take. Gaga is portraying herself as Alice, and she's navigating this dreamlike or maybe even nightmarish narrative on stage.
And there are characters.
There are. You have these 2 dueling personas. There's the White Queen, who represents creativity, structure, and order, and she's at war with the Mistress of Mayhem, who represents pure chaos. It's an internal psychological battle played out as a pop spectacle.
And some of the lyrics that have been teased are intense. I'll burn a hole right through your eyes. Sing for me a sinful melody. This is dark stuff.
It's dark, but it's incredibly theatrical. And look at the team she's assembled. The production is co-directed by Gaga herself and Ben Dalglish. And the choreography, this is key, the choreography is by Paris Goebel.
Oh, Paris Goebel's a visionary. That's a huge get. If she's involved, you know the movement is going to be sharp, aggressive, and precise.
Yeah.
She did Rihanna's Super Bowl halftime show. She knows how to make dancers move in ways that look almost inhumanly synchronized.
Exactly. It emphasizes that idea of precision in the middle of all this chaos. But this all raises a really important question, and it goes back to our earlier discussion about the venues.
Okay.
Lady Gaga could easily sell out MetLife Stadium across the river in New Jersey. She could do 80,000 people a night, no problem. So why choose Madison Square Garden, which only holds around 20,000?
That's a great point. Why downsize like that? Why leave all that money on the table?
It's all about one word: control. The sources we looked at were very specific about this. Gaga specifically chose arenas for this run because she wants to control the details.
Okay, that makes sense.
Think about it. In a massive open-air stadium, you lose some of the fidelity of the lighting. The sound can dissipate and get muddy. But in a controlled indoor environment like MSG, she can manage every single photon of light and every decibel of sound. She wants a theatrical, electrifying experience that's immersive, not just vast.
If you're doing a show about personal chaos and navigating a psychological dreamscape, you want the audience to feel like they're trapped inside that dream with you.
Precisely.
You just can't get that same intimacy when the person in the back row is a quarter mile away, basically just watching a giant TV screen.
Exactly. She already did those huge promotional concerts in places like Brazil and Mexico to get the big stadium vibe out of her system. But this, the MAYHEM Ball, this is the proper tour finale. And for that, she chose the precision of the arena. It's a choice that prioritizes the art over pure capacity.
I cannot wait to see what the little monsters wear to these shows. The fashion is going to be competitive sport.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so we have Harry owning the fall, Gaga bringing the chaos in the spring. Let's move into the heart of the summer.
Oh,
And this one really hits the nostalgia buttons hard.
it really does. This one is for the hometown crowd. We are talking about a true New York City staple.
Bon Jovi,
Bon Jovi.
the Forever Tour. Just hearing the name Bon Jovi in Madison Square Garden in the same sentence just feels right. It's like peanut butter and jelly. It's history.
They have such a deep, deep-rooted connection to that venue and to the city. But this residency, it isn't just a simple victory lap. There is a real powerful narrative of survival and recovery here.
Let's unpack that, because you're right. For a while, we really didn't know if this was ever going to happen again. There was a lot of silence in the Bon Jovi camp for a couple of years.
No, we didn't. This is a major comeback moment for John Bon Jovi personally. We have to remember the context here. He underwent extensive, serious vocal cord surgery.
It's called medialization laryngoplasty.
And that's the one. And it sounds intense because it is. Without getting too graphic, it's a procedure that involves surgically implanting something to help the vocal cords close properly and vibrate again. He's effectively been sidelined since 2022.
And for a singer, especially a rock singer known for those huge, soaring, belting anthems, that kind of surgery must be terrifying.
It's a career-threatening event. There was genuine doubt in the industry and certainly among the fans if he would ever be able to tour again at this level.
So this residency, it isn't just another series of shows. It's proof of life.
It's proof of competence. It's him standing on that stage and proving that he is back. And the fan response has been incredible. Initially, they just announced 4 dates in July. July 7th, 9th, 12th, and 14th.
Which is already a solid run.
A very solid run. But, and this speaks to the demand we were talking about earlier, due to what they call popular demand, they had to expand it.
To 9 dates.
Of
They just
course.
kept adding shows. They're running all the way through July 26th now.
9 nights at the Garden. And think about what that means for a vocalist who is still in recovery. That's a massive physical commitment.
But again, this connects right back to the choice of venue, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. MSG has state-of-the-art acoustics. It is a sonically controlled environment. For a recovering voice that's so much safer and more predictable than an outdoor stadium where you're fighting against wind and unpredictable humidity, he's using the building itself as an instrument to help him perform.
That is a really smart observation. And the show itself, from what the sources say, it sounds like a true celebration, a career-spanning set list.
Oh, yeah. We're talking 1 hour and 45 minutes, maybe up to 2 hours and 15 minutes. You're going to get the hits. You have to.
You can't play 9 nights at the Garden and not play Living on a Prayer.
Or you give love a bad name or Wanted Dead or Alive, the building would revolt.
But I read there's a really interesting twist in the set list. They were doing an acoustic segment.
They are. It's a whole This Left Feels Right segment named after their old acoustic album.
Yeah.
They take some of the huge rock anthems and they strip them down, reworking them acoustically.
And that serves two purposes, I'd imagine.
It does. One, it's artistic. It showcases the versatility of the songwriting, proving that these are great songs, not just great rock productions. But two, and this is crucial for John, it allows him to showcase the nuance and emotion in his voice without having to scream over a wall of amplifiers for the entire 2 hours.
It's just smart pacing. It gives his voice a break. It gives the audience a breather, but it keeps the emotional intensity incredibly high.
And the vibe in the room, the sources all describe it as a family reunion for the fan club, the Jovi Nation.
I love that.
It's a celebration of survival and legacy. It's for the boomers and Gen X who grew up with these songs, and even for their kids who heard them in the car. It's everyone coming together to say, we made it, we're still here.
We're still here. That's the heart of rock and roll, isn't it? Okay, so we have covered pop, avant-garde, and classic rock. We have a show for almost every demographic. But now we're going to talk about something that I genuinely think is the most culturally significant moment of the entire 2026 Garden lineup.
I could not agree more. This is the history maker.
Diljit Dosanjh, the Aura World Tour.
Sunday, May 24th, 2026. Put a big circle around that date on your calendar.
This one just feels different. This isn't just a concert. This feels like a tectonic shift in global culture, happening right in the heart of New York City.
It is, and we have to explain why this matters so much. Diljit isn't just a singer or an actor. He is a full-blown cultural ambassador. What we are witnessing is the mainstreaming of Punjabi music on the biggest possible global stage.
And his track record leading up to this moment is just insane. The momentum is undeniable.
It is flawless. Let's just run through it. In 2023, he becomes the first artist to perform a full set in the Punjabi language at Coachella.
Which was the breakthrough moment. That was when the entire industry sat up and went, oh, wait a minute, something huge is happening here.
That opened the door. Then came the Dilluminati Tour in 2024, which was, at the time, the largest North American tour by any Punjabi artist in history.
He sold out the Rogers Centre in Toronto.
Yeah.
He sold out BC Place in Vancouver. Those aren't arenas, those are massive stadiums.
54,000 people in Vancouver, and now he's bringing that stadium-level energy and demand to the prestigious but more intimate Madison Square Garden. And just to give you an idea of how seriously the world is taking him, Toronto Metropolitan University now offers a full college course on his career.
Wait, are you serious? You can get actual college credit for studying Diljit Dosanjh?
You absolutely can. Because his career, his rise, it explains so much about modern migration, about diaspora culture, about global media and the power of the internet. He's a living case study in 21st century fame.
That is absolutely incredible. So for someone who might not have been to one of his shows, what is the Aura experience actually like inside the arena? The sources really emphasize the sensory overload.
It is an intense experience. The production is huge. It uses heavy strobe lights, complex and immersive visual effects on the screens, and very, very loud noise levels. It's designed to be a full-body sensory experience. But the most beautiful part of it all is the crowd.
Yeah, the sources mention that the crowd is multi-generational in a way you rarely see.
Truly, you will see, and I'm quoting here, small babies with noise-canceling headphones sitting just a few seats away from grandparents in their 70s, and they're all having the time of their lives.
So it's that family reunion vibe again, but for a very specific and massive global community.
It's described as a safe space, a place to celebrate your culture, to hear your language, to see your traditions represented in a mainstream Western venue like the Garden. For the South Asian diaspora, seeing a Punjabi artist headline the world's most famous arena is this incredible moment of validation. It's a statement that says, we belong here. Our culture is main stage culture.
And he's a bridge builder, too. He's worked with huge Western artists like Ed Sheeran and Sia. He's not staying in a silo. He's actively integrating into the global pop fabric on his own terms.
Absolutely. It's a massive, massive moment.
So we have this incredible slate of shows for the summer of 2026. Let's just zoom out for a second and try to connect all these dots. What is this lineup as a whole? Tell us about the state of music and the state of New York City right now.
When you look at the sheer diversity of it, it's stunning. You have Harry Styles, who represents the modern pop mega residency. That's your Gen Z and millennial audience.
Right.
Then you have Lady Gaga bringing this incredible art pop theatrical spectacle for her monsters and the high fashion art school crowd.
Then Bon Jovi,
Bon Jovi is holding down the heritage rock nostalgia. That's for the boomers and Gen X, the people who want to hear the soundtrack of their youth. And then you have Diljit Dosanjh representing this massive global expansion and the power of the diaspora.
It's like MSG's bookers intentionally curated a perfect cross-section of modern humanity. It's a powerful statement that this one building can be the home for everyone.
It is. And it's reinforcing New York's status as a necessary destination. In an age of streaming and virtual reality, these are experiences you cannot get on your laptop. You have to be in the room where it happens.
Okay, let's do a quick lightning round on logistics, because I know people are already opening their calendar apps and trying to figure this all out. Can you just recap the timeline for us one more time?
All right, get your pens ready. Lady Gaga kicks things off. She's in the spring. March and April.
Okay, Gaga first.
Then you have Diljit Dosanjh with his history-making show on May 24th.
Got it.
Then Bon Jovi takes over for peak summer. He's got all of July locked down.
And the big finale.
And Harry Styles closes it all out, taking over the late summer and the entire fall, from late August all the way to Halloween.
That is a completely packed calendar. And my one piece of advice for you is plan now. The hotels in New York City are not going to get any cheaper as these dates get closer.
And please remember the trains. Penn Station is literally downstairs from the arena floor. If you're coming from New Jersey or Long Island or Connecticut, do not drive. Just take the train right into the venue.
And budget accordingly. Let's be honest, these are not going to be cheap tickets.
Especially not with the demand compression that we talked about. You are not just competing with other people in New York for these seats. You are competing with the entire world.
So the big question for you, listening to this right now, which one are you going to? Or which one are you going to try to go to? Are you a little monster? Are you part of Jovi Nation? Are you planning on moving into Harry's house? Or are you going to go and experience the aura?
Or here's the real challenge. Are you brave enough and perhaps wealthy enough to try for the Grand Slam and hit all four of them?
Oh, the 2026 MSG Grand Slam. That is the dream. That is a legendary concert-going year right there.
It really is. But before we sign off all of this discussion, it raises a kind of provocative thought for me. With these residencies becoming so incredibly massive, 30 nights for Harry Styles is just unheard of in the traditional touring model.
The paradigm shift.
It is. And it makes me wonder, are we seeing the beginning of the end for the traveling circus?
What do you mean by that?
Is the future of live music for the absolute biggest superstars just them picking a major global hub, New York, London, Las Vegas, Tokyo, and saying, I'm staying here for a month, you come to me? Does the tour bus, that iconic symbol of rock and roll, become a relic of the past?
That is a wild thought. The end of the cross-country road trip to see your favorite band, it would certainly change the entire industry and what it even means to be a fan.
It would change everything.
Well, that is definitely something for you to mull over while you're sitting in that virtual ticket queue. Thank you for taking this deep dive with us today. And from the bottom of our hearts, good luck with those tickets.
See you at the Garden.